So following on from the previous video, we were trying to sketch this equation. We were trying to sketch this, turned it into our standard form, and then from here we let z equals 0, so this will disappear. So when you let z equal 0, you're really looking at a horizontal sheet of paper being placed at a height of 0. So when you let z equal 0, this will x in the x direction, it will be 2. In the y direction, it will be 3. It will be 3. So you will have an ellipse on that horizontal sheet of paper, looking something like this. And then the next step is to let y equal 0. So when you let y equal 0, you're really looking at a vertical sheet of paper being placed. Hang on. Being placed at, so y moves in this direction. So when you let y equal 0, you are really looking at a vertical sheet of paper being placed at y equals 0. So now, hang on, when you let y equal 0, you put this into here. This will disappear. So really, you're looking at in the x direction, it will be 2. So in the x direction, it's got to cross here and -2, and then z, the height, would be 6. So it would be somewhere here. I've got to cross here and -6, -6. So I've got to draw. So when y equals 0, I've got to draw it on this vertical sheet of paper where it's got to cross here. It's got to cross here. It's got to cross. It's got to cross here at x equals 2. It's got to cross here, and it's got to cross here. So it's going to look something like this. Forgive my drawing. It's actually very hard to draw on. So it's going to look something like this. And then the next step is to let. Let me erase this. The next step is to let x equal 0. So next step is to let x equal 0. So this is the x direction here. So when you hang on, bear with me. Bear with me. Hang on, bear with me. So the next step is to let x equal 0. So when you put this into here, this thing here will disappear. So in effect, you're looking at this: y squared over 9 plus z squared over 36 equals 1. So when you let x equal 0, so x is this axis here. So you could imagine a vertical sheet of paper being placed. This vertical sheet of paper being placed at x equals 0. So x is moving along here. So x equals 0 would be the sheet of paper being placed at x equals 0, which will be along here. So now looking at this, you've got to imagine drawing this ellipse on this sheet of paper here being placed at x equals 0. So looking at this, y has to cross, y will be 3. So it's got to cross here. So our next ellipse will have to be here at -3. And then looking at this here, our ellipse has to cross at 6 and -6. So on that sheet of paper, you've got to imagine we drawing a sheet of paper, an ellipse on this sheet of paper, and it's got to cross here, it's got to cross here, it's got to cross here, and it's got to cross here. So it will look something like this. Hang on, it will look something like this. So you've got an ellipsoid in 3D space. It's very hard to draw. So let me do on a. So it should look something like this. It should look something like this. So looking down, it will look like this. Well, it's going to look something like this. You know? So it's going to look something like this. Okay, it's hard to draw it, but if you get a graphical calculator, you can draw it and see it for yourself. So it will look something like this. Okay.